You know, every great project needs a blueprint. And for the IB Diploma Program, that essential blueprint is the subject outline. Honestly, it's one of those documents that can truly make or break a program. So today, we're going to figure out how to build one that absolutely sets you up for success.
So let's start with a big question. When that IB authorization team comes knocking, when they're looking through everything you've prepared, what is the one thing they're searching for, more than anything else?
Well, the answer isn't just a stack of papers. It's a whole philosophy. They need to see a plan that's thorough for sure, but way more importantly, one that was built together. They want proof that your teachers are a real team, building a connected, seamless journey for your students. And that plan, that's your subject outline. Look, it's so much more than just paperwork. It's the core blueprint for your entire course. For the authorization team, this document is the clearest possible window into whether you're really truly ready to deliver an authentic diploma program experience. Think of it as your proof of concept. This is you showing the IB that you haven't just skimmed the guides, but that you've genuinely absorbed the philosophy behind them. It's your promise, right there on paper, of what you're going to bring to life in the classroom every single day. And here's the really cool part. It doesn't matter if you're teaching physics or philosophy, every fantastic subject outline is built on the exact same 9 foundational principles. So let's break them down. Okay, these first 5 principles, they're the bedrock. It all starts with being perfectly aligned to the IB subject guide. That's non-negotiable. From there, you branch out. You work with your colleagues, you weave in the GP core, you plan for all the different learners in your room, and you map out a crystal clear assessment plan. And the final 4 principles, this is what ensures your course stays alive and kicking. You have to be using the latest resources, not last year's guide. Learning has to be driven by real questions, by inquiry, not just memorizing facts. Your students need to know exactly where they're headed with clear objectives. And, maybe most importantly, this outline isn't a statue. It's a living document that you're constantly revisiting and improving. Now, let's zoom in on what I think is one of the most critical parts: integrating the DP core. This is where that collaborative spirit really comes to life, because you're weaving theory of knowledge, CAS, and the extended essay right into the fabric of your own subject. First up, TOK. This is the philosophical spine of the entire diploma program. You know, the biggest mistake schools make is treating this as just another class. It's not. It's a lens, a way of thinking that should be a part of every subject. So, your outline can't just give TOK a quick mention. You've got to show it. How are you going to embed these big ideas? What kind of knowledge questions are you going to ask your students? How are you actively going to build their critical thinking skills? And yes, work with the TOK teachers to make it a truly connected experience. Next up is CAS. This is really the heart of the DP. It's the part that pushes learning way beyond the classroom walls and into the real world through creativity, activity, and service. A really great outline gets specific here. It doesn't just say students can do CAS. It suggests actual, concrete experiences that grow right out of your subject matter. And crucially, it explains how students will reflect on those experiences, all while making it super clear that these activities are separate from their required coursework. And finally, we have the extended essay. This is the academic capstone of the whole program, a 4,000-word deep dive that gives students their first real taste of what university-level research and writing feels like. Your subject outline really needs to be a launchpad for the EE. It should point to exciting areas of research within your own curriculum, spell out how your class teaches the nuts and bolts research and writing skills, and explain the support system teachers will provide as supervisors. So we have these 9 universal principles, right? But, and this is a big but, that doesn't mean every blueprint looks the same. A plan for a literature class is going to look completely different from a plan for a science class. And that's exactly the point. Check this out. It's a perfect example. On the left, you've got a language A outline, and it's all about critical interpretation, themes, and perspectives. Then on the right, the biology outline is built around hands-on lab work and the scientific method. See what I mean? Same 9 principles, but 2 totally different, totally appropriate applications. Okay, enough theory. We've talked about the what and the why. Now it's time to actually roll up our sleeves and put all of this into practice. Let's talk about how you're going to build your own blueprint. So here's your mission. You're going to take these 9 principles and apply them directly. First, you'll draft a detailed outline for your own subject. Then, and this is key, you're going to come together as a group to build the outlines for the DP core, for Talk, and CAS. This is where you really prove that you can build a collaborative vision from the ground up.
And as you get started, I want to leave you with one final thought to guide your work. Look, a plan that's coherent on paper is great. Absolutely. But a truly exceptional plan, that's one where every single student actually feels that coherence in their day-to-day learning. So the question is, how will your blueprint make that happen?